Last year, I made a $75,000 trade and bought this Tesla Model Y. Today, I'm now gonna see if I can turn $1,000 into my dream car, a Porsche GT3. The first thing I need to do is look for a trade setup. Wait for the perfect time to open the trade. Now, I'm like a child, so I wanna make trading stupid easy. And in that fashion, I need something to keep me entertained while I trade. If you know what that video is, you have a problem. But so right now I'm gonna use FOMO.io, which is gonna be an indicator that's super simple. The brighter the color, the more money is at that level. And this acts as support and resistance. And as you can see, we're currently in the middle of two bright yellow lines. You wanna either enter when the price is at this yellow line or at this yellow line. So while we wait to enter this trade, let's hit the essentials in the gym because all of you keep telling me I'm skinny as fuck. Hopefully this is me in a month entering the Porsche dealership. That or I'll end up being a janitor, like my boy Reese here, because I lose all my money. Luckily, it's chest day. And honestly, if you guys got any tips or workouts I should try, I started at 159. I'm pretty lean, 173 now. Been doing it for about 4 months. I want to hit 195. I even have a gym partner over here that's been working out with me nonstop. But yeah, if you guys have any favorite workouts, just let us know in the comments so I can hit those goals as well. Time to check back in on the trade. And by judging how happy the fruit is right now, that means the trade is almost ready. Now, first, we need to check all the confluence on the charts right now. And if you don't know what that means, all I'm referring to is using multiple indicators that are lining up saying the same thing. So for example, if we have 4 different indicators that are saying the price is more than likely going to up, that is 4 different areas of confluence on the chart. So for our first indicator, looking at Ethereum, again, remember, we want to trade towards that bright line. However, Ethereum is going to follow Bitcoin. So what I'd like to see is it come back down to this price level. This is our first indicator, and this would mean that we're gonna bounce off support. That price would be $2,402. Now, I already drew out all the liquidity levels, but that would wipe out most of the downside liquidity. Think of liquidity like a windshield wiper. Every time too many positions or too much rain gets on the windshield wiper is gonna go the opposite direction. So if there's too many shorts on the market, it's going to wipe out those shorts. If there's too many longs on the market, they're going to wipe out those longs. Or think of it like a game of ping pong. The price is just gonna go back and forth until somebody gets liquidated. That or Trump takes a tweet and takes your trade and just rips it out of here. Now that you understand liquidity, I'm gonna wanna enter my trade when the price is low on here, the price is low on here, for example, under this dotted line, and when the price is low on here, when it's in the red, flipping into the white and the green. On FOMO, I'm going to want to enter when the price or this dotted line, I call this the windshield wiper, is all the way to the left or all the way to the right. So right now we're waiting for it to come all the way to the left. If the price were to drop down to about $23.97, most of the large orders would be wiped out, and it would now make it incredibly uneven. The green side would go way higher and the red side way lower. And that's exactly why we're gonna set our limit order around that range. Now, if you're in last night's stream, you would know that on the $1,000 to $10,000 challenge, we're already up roughly $500 just in last night's trade alone. And we caught the same exact strategy when we had this liquidation sweep to the upside. And that allowed us to secure $500 in profit. So we're already up to $1,500 on the road to 10K. Which again, hopefully we're gonna turn into a Porsche this time. So what I'm gonna do on my CoinW account is instead of purchasing a market buy, which would mean I would buy, if I were to put $1,000 in right now, I would buy at the price point of 24.31. I'm gonna click on limits because that will let me put in an exact price point of what I want to buy the price of Ethereum at. We're gonna do a 15x leverage here. We're gonna use a 5% stop loss, put our entry point at 23.91 and click buy long. And you should be now able to see it under open orders and on your chart here on CoinW. If you wanna stop losing money in crypto, you need to be patient. It's about discipline. It's why you need to be in the right mental state every single time you're gonna enter a trade, because the moment you decide to ape into something that might be in a 50-50 range, like I was talking about on the indicators, it's not a perfect entry point yet. If you are somebody that's gonna constantly take the gamble to make those trades, you're going to lose a lot more than you win. If you miss it, so what? If you get stopped out, so what? That is the whole purpose of making sure you're patient and putting in those limit orders. It's actually why we literally have the mindset definition on the shelves right here. Speaking of mindset, we need to make sure that we add a stop loss to our open order. So when you see your order open, we're gonna go to this little box right here. It says TP and SL. This isn't toilet paper. That's take profit and stop loss. And we're gonna click on this little icon. Since we're playing with only $1,000 and we're on 15x leverage, you gotta take on a little bit more risk. But when you're trading with $10,000 or $20,000 and usually see us continue this journey, we're gonna use lower and lower leverage and risk less and less percentage. So you're gonna be wanting to risk maybe 1 to 2% on a trade. But luckily, we had that $500 profitable trade yesterday, and now we're only risking $132. And now we wait. You can kill some time watching Fruit Dance, catch up on Bigfoot vlogs.
I've got AIDS. If you don't let go, I'm gonna smear my AIDS-infested saliva all over you.
Watch the next episode of Love Island. Play with the dog a little bit. Do the Elon Musk. And there we go. We just finally got the flash wick down. Order has been filled. We're now in profit. All the blue liquidity has been swept, which tells us that we're more than likely going to bounce off this level and start eating some of these liquidation levels. Up $73. Check back in on FOMO. We can see Bitcoin bounce right off that bright liquidity bar. Same with Ethereum, making that perfect entry point that we just hopped into. 24.74 would wipe out all of these short positions. We're now going to adjust our stop loss to $50 profit. So no matter what, we win on this trade. And as you can see, just like the 24.74 showed you, that would be the upper band of this liquidation zone. So now you can see more liquidity opening up right here. So that's going to be your first take profit level. 24.28. We'll add a take profit, which will give us $114 if we hit 24.28 and cut out 33% of our trade. And boom, now we just watch the magic happen. Either way, this is already an amazing trade for the $1,000 to $10,000 challenge. But again, the goal this cycle is to go one step higher than a Tesla and go for the Porsche GT3 RS. Now, if you want to catch these calls with me, be sure to just come out and check our free Discord where you can just sign up with the link in the description where I post all of my targets and calls, or join my Telegram. And of course, be sure to check out FOMO.io. Now, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button because guys, this is just day one in what could very well be a multi-month long journey to buy our dream car of a Porsche GT3 RS. Only $200,000 to go.